This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome in. It is the day before Friday. I'm Rebecca Smith.
I'm Bill Bryant, otherwise known as Thursday. It's December 10th. Hey, we're glad you're with us. A lot going on this morning, and now at 6:30, a man shows up at a Lexington hospital with a gunshot wound. This morning, police are still trying to figure out who pulled the trigger.
And they're called porch pirates, taking packages dropped off at homes across the Bluegrass. What you can do to keep these items safe.
And one of Kentucky's most well-known sports figures is joining in on growing criticism surrounding one of the presidential candidate's comments about Muslims in the U.S.
Little fog this morning. That's our only thing we have to worry about as we travel early this morning, staying dry. Roadways look pretty good in terms of staying dry. Temperatures in the 40s, a couple of 30s down south. Head toward your afternoon, 60 degrees. That's not even close to being the warmest temperature in our forecast. I'll show you that weekend coming up.
And let's get right to the news.
Right now we're tracking in the story. Police say a man drove himself to the hospital.
And Lexington police say he arrived at the hospital apparently this morning after being shot in the face. The man showing up at Baptist Health on Nicholasville Road about 4 o'clock this morning. Police say it appears the man was shot while inside his SUV. They're not exactly sure what happened. They're investigating the circumstances now. Despite being shot in the face, police are telling us the man's injuries are non-life-threatening.
Well, online shopping's at an all-time high this holiday season. That means a lot of packages being dropped off on doorsteps.
And if you're one of those people waiting for a delivery, police are putting out a warning this morning. Thieves are also waiting for those packages, and they might take those items right off your porch before you get the chance to get them. WKYT's Mark Barber is at Richmond Police Headquarters, where investigators are looking into at least 2 of these thefts. He's joining us live now with ways you can keep from becoming a victim.
Good morning, Bill. That's right. Investigators say that there's now a second package thief who is making the rounds in Richmond. If you are one of the many people who are expecting package gifts to arrive any day, you may be wondering, how can you protect those packages from these so-called porch pirates? Well, there are a couple things you can do. Now, I know it's all about convenience. You want that package dropped off as soon as possible, but investigators are saying that it is best if you schedule that package's arrival when you are home. Now, if you're not home, then look next door. You can have the package delivered to a neighbor if you are not in. Richmond police this morning are asking people to follow that advice to protect their Christmas packages because 2 crooks have been caught on camera swiping those gifts. A man was spotted on Mahaffey Drive yesterday, grabbing packages off a front porch, and last week, a woman snatched packages from a home over on Park Drive. Now we are getting reports into our newsroom this morning about package thieves possibly targeting a neighborhood in Lexington. Of course, if you are targeted, it can be extremely disappointing, so do not let these Grinches steal your Christmas gifts. All it takes is a little preparing, a little planning to make sure those packages arrive on the right time when you're home. And police say it can make sure that those packages end up under your tree for Christmas, not in the trunk of some thief's car. Live in Richmond, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you from a foggy Richmond this morning. And just into our newsroom here at WKYT, an officer on patrol after one break-in has ended up this morning discovering another. A group of men tried to break into a marathon station on Clays Mill Road. However, police say an alarm scared them off. Police decided to patrol the area to make sure the men didn't try to get into another store, and one of those officers ended up spotting a broken window at a gas station on Southland Drive. They're waiting for the owner right now to arrive and do inventory to see if anything has been taken from that store. Surveillance cameras did catch shots of the suspect who broke into the first store. Police are reviewing that right now.
Visitation is today for a 6-year-old stabbed to death during a home invasion earlier this week. Logan Tipton's visitation will begin at 2 this afternoon at Clark Funeral Home in Versailles. His funeral will be tomorrow at 11 at the Community Stadium at Falling Springs Recreational Park. The man accused of murdering Tipton is eligible for the death penalty. A grand jury indicted Ronald Exantis for capital murder, burglary, and 3 new counts of assault. Police say Exantis broke into the Versailles home Monday, killing Logan Tipton and injuring 2 of his siblings and his father. A fallen Kentucky firefighter will be laid to rest today, though it is still unclear how he died.
30-year-old Zach Clevenger died hours after fighting a fire on Friday night in Estill County. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain shows us how he's being remembered. Michelle?
The 30-year-old's funeral will be at Living Water Church in Mount Sterling this morning at 10 o'clock. The young captain will receive full firefighter honors as well as a flyover during his funeral. The funeral will be followed by a burial at Lucas Cemetery in Beattyville. We're told the procession will take place at 11:10. It will start on the outer loop of Indian Mound Drive from Kentucky 11 to US 60 East and will end on the outer loop of Indian Mound from North Maysville to Kentucky 11 before his body is taken to the Lee County for his burial. Now, Clevenger's friends and family say he was born to be a firefighter. They request that in lieu of flowers that you make a donation in honor of Clevenger to a local fire department to support training activities. Clevenger had worked with the Montgomery County Fire Department for years and died early Saturday morning, hours after helping fight a fire in Estill County. The coroner said his autopsy shows his death was heart-related. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And we had the report earlier in the week that he was always first to step up and help those that he worked with and those he knew. Time this morning is 6:35, and new this morning there has been a deadly officer-involved shooting in Grayson County. Police say a man with a gun confronted two sheriff's deputies at the scene of a domestic disturbance on St. Paul Road. We're told that one of the deputies fired, killing the man. State police have not released the names of anyone involved yet.
In Allen County, the lawyer for a man charged in a 7-year-old's murder says his client's rights were violated. Timothy Madden's accused of kidnapping, raping, and murdering Gabby Doolin last month. His attorney told a Louisville TV station Madden was denied access to counsel the day of his arrest. He also says it's his understanding that DNA evidence state police have, in his words, minimal. Madden has said he's innocent. He's back in court Monday. Meanwhile, the case against Madden's son has been sent to a grand jury.
Bradley Madden is accused of making threats against the Scottsville Police Department on their Facebook page after his father was charged with Doolin's murder. Madden's attorney argues his client never threatened to harm the officers and only meant to threaten legal action. His grandmother has also come to his defense.
He is close to his daddy, and he knows his daddy could never do such a thing. So he's going to naturally defend his daddy. I know he doesn't learn a lesson, and I feel that that's all he needs.
The judge decided to keep Bradley Madden's bond at $40,000. If he were to post bail, he has been ordered to stay out of Allen County and stay off of Facebook.
New this morning, investigators have identified a body found in a box in Bell County. Police in Wisconsin say the victim is 51-year-old Doug Bailey. He'd been missing since Thanksgiving. On Tuesday, police in Wisconsin took Bailey's girlfriend into custody as a person of interest.
I got a story that they were headed out to holidays, and he just got out of the truck in somewhere in Illinois and said, "Leave me here, don't come back for me." And that started the missing persons part.
Well, Kentucky State Police found him on Tuesday in a box on Industrial Road. It's still not clear where he was killed. The person of interest, Rose Cooney, is an instructor at the University of Minnesota.
Donald Trump continuing to draw criticism over his proposal to ban all Muslims from entering the U.S. Amid the backlash, the Republican presidential frontrunner has signaled he would consider an independent run for the White House if Republicans treat him unfairly.
Kentucky U.S. Senator and presidential candidate Rand Paul says that he disagrees with Trump that a religious ban is needed, but he does think we should have stricter rules about who comes into this country.
We had 2 Iraqi refugees come to my town, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and they were in the database. One of them had fingerprints on an exploded bomb fragment, and yet we didn't sufficiently screen them. So I think all of us, no matter Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, I think we all could be for a little more scrutiny on who comes to visit.
One of the world's most famous Muslims, who is also a Kentucky native, criticizing Donald Trump's position. Boxing great Muhammad Ali said in a statement that political leaders should use their positions to promote understanding. Another Muslim sports icon, basketball legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, wrote in a Time.com essay that Trump has become a candidate who, quote, preys on the fears of the public, doing ISIS's job for them. Well, it came close a couple of times, but in the end, the Kentucky Wildcats got a win last night at Rupp.
They played in-state opponent, their neighbors to the south, Eastern Kentucky University, and the game brought a familiar face back to Rupp Arena. Our Brian Milam is in now with a look at the highlights. Brian.
EKU and Kentucky meeting last night at Rupp Arena. Dan McHale, the former UK manager, back at Rupp as the head coach of the Colonels for the first time. Let's go take a look at some of the action because UK really did a lot of damage in the paint. Alex Poitras gets the dunk, his best game by far in a long time. UK by 10. Watch the hustle here. This is just gritty, gutty maroon basketball. Jarrell Rochelle, the save to Isaac McGlone. Turnover. Makes a little offense. The Colonels trim a double-digit lead to 1. KJ Bluford hits the 3. Cats lead by a single digit, but EKU had no answer on this play. Charles Matthews with a slam. Cats by 14 at the half, but again, the Colonels, they just kept coming. EKU on a 10-0 run. Nick Mayo lays it in, 52-46 Kentucky. Isaiah Briscoe misses in close. Alex Poitras will get his hands on the basketball. Look at the power, a little body English, a little bingo. He had a double-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Kentucky pulls away late to win it, 88-67, the final. Back to you.
All right, Brian, thank you. And fans who went to the game saw extra security at Rupp Arena last night. UK began new screening procedures in the wake of terror attacks like the one last month in Paris. While fans were told to allow some extra time, they found the lines moved pretty quickly.
All right, good to see that everything was normal and hopefully traffic normal this morning as well.
Right, our time is coming up on 6:41, and let's check in with Officer Don and live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Well, we're in a little better shape. That problem we had on the parkway's been cleared, so the parkway's back open at the 48 in both directions. So good news there. Overall, the traffic picture looks pretty good with light traffic flow, of course, for this time of the morning. As you can see, mostly everything running without any problems toward downtown. Even through the construction zones right now, as we look at Hayes Boulevard, Todd's Road, all that in good shape. Drive times from Nicholasville, 13 minutes, Winchester, 23, Paris, about 18. Expect normal stuff coming in across the Clays Ferry Bridge there from Madison County, about 32 minutes. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you very much. And Officer Don and Deanna are on 98.1 The Bull. When you get in your car this morning, you can tune in and listen to them.
Do it.
And it is coming up on 6:41 with more news on WKYT in just a moment.
It was a miracle moment for a young boy thanks to some Kentucky college students. How their project helped this child do things he couldn't do before.
We have the possibility this weekend to actually reach some temperatures that nobody has ever seen on this earth at this time of year. I'll get into that forecast coming up.